So, Namo Namas Sarvebhyah Sanskrit Bhasha Shikshane Bhavatam Hardam Swagatam. So today we are going to cover cases or vibhaktis. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So we have covered pronouns, and we are now going to come back to vibhaktis. So as you all are very familiar with, there are 21 nominal suffixes, which are called supratyas, divided into 7 cases called vibhaktis and 3 numbers: ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam. So these are your 8 cases. I said 7 because Sambodhanam has the same suffixes as the Prathama Vibhakti. So we all, by now everybody should be familiar with this. So to a nominal stem or a pratipadikam, if you add a supratyaya, you get a name form, namapadam, or a subantam. So you will get 24 name forms. So for example, these are the declensions which we are looking. Rama is an ending pratipadikam. Sita is a feminine ending, and so on. So today I'm going to talk about like that these 7 cases, these vibhaktis, are used in many different situations. Like so far, I only covered very simple cases, but there are many other situations where these vibhaktis are used. These vibhaktis are also used with certain indeclinables and verbs, which I'm going to talk about. I will only cover few situations where these cases are used. You need another 3-month course to cover all the vibhaktis, all the situations and where these vibhaktis are used. So use of prathama vibhakti. So you all know to indicate the subject of the word. This is where prathama vibhakti is used. The verb agrees with subject in person and number. So Ramo Vanam Gacchati means Rama goes to the forest. So the subject is Rama, which is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, and Gachat is also in 3rd person Ekavachanam. Ramaha Lakshmanaha Cha Vanam Gachatah. Here the subject is dual. Rama and Lakshmana go to the forest. So you have Gachatah, which is the dual form. And here you know the Sandhi, because Visarga is followed by a Cha, so then the Visarga becomes a Sha. So Ramo Lakshmanascha Vanam Gachatah. So this is singular, dual, subject is singular, subject is dual. And Ramaha Lakshmanaha Sita Cha Vanam Gacchati. So here Rama, Lakshmana and Sita go to forest, Gachanti, sorry. So here the subject is plural, Bahuvachanam. So the verb is also Bahuvachanam. Here the Sandhi will be, optional Sandhi would be Visarga followed by Sa. So the Visarga becomes a Sakara. So Ramo, Lakshmana, Sita, Cha Vanam Gachanti. You could also leave this, like this is an optional Visarga Sandhi. So use of Dutiya Vibhakti to indicate the object of a word. So we are, using this example quite a lot. For example, Janakaha Putran Nayati. So Putran is in Dutiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana. Rama, Ramau, Raman. So the father leads the sons. It is used with indeclinables like abhitah, which means near or in front of, paritah, all round, sarvatah, on all four sides, ubhayatah, on both sides, nikasha or samaya, these means near, prati, towards, vina, without, and dhik, fi, on. There are other avyas also where dutiya vibhakti is used. So when you have these avyas, then dutiya vibhakti or second case is used. So I'll give you some examples using these avyas. Chandraha bhumim paritaha brahmati. So parita means all around. So bhumi is in dutiya vibhakti. So the moon goes around the earth. Paritaha, all around the earth. Margam ubhayataha sundrani vanapushpani santi. So ubhayata means on both sides. So margam is in dutiya vibhakti, on both sides of the road. So if you do the sandhi here, then this optional sandhi, ma and u becomes mu. This could be sa. So this is the sandhi after, like in these three words. So on both sides of the road, there are beautiful wild flowers. Vana pushpaniya means wild flowers. Vidyalayam nikasha udyanam asti. So near the garden. So udyanam is in dutiya vibhakti. So near the school, sorry, vidyalayam nikasha, not udyanam. Yeah, so vidyalayam is in dutiya vibhakti. Near the school, there is a garden. Meghaha parvatam prati chalanti. So parvatam, towards the mountain. So parvatam is in dutiya vibhakti. So clouds move towards the mountain. Gurum vina vidya nasti. So gurum is in dutiya vibhakti ekavachana. Without teacher, there is no knowledge. So with these avyas, always dutiya vibhakti is used. Use of tritiya vibhakti to indicate the instrument or means by which action is done. We have seen these examples. Balo dandena kandukena cha kridati. So dandena and kandukena are in tritiya vibhakti ekavachana. So the boy is playing with a stick and a ball. So these are in tritiya vibhakti. To indicate the person or thing accompanying the action, like balen sah gachami, I go with the boy. So bale, if you have this sa, then you will always have a tritiya vibhakti. To indicate the cause or reason, like owing to, on account of, out of, because of, etc. Also tritiya vibhakti is used. Dukkhena gramam tyajami. On account of misery, I leave the village. To translate expressions like by name, by nature, by family, by birth, tritiya vibhakti is used. Swabhavena Ramah Veerah Bhavati. Rama is a hero by nature. So here also tritiya vibhakti is used. And as you will, like the sandhi will be Ramo and Viro here. It is used with indeclinables saha, vina, and alam, kritam, and ina. So vina is also used with dutiya vibhakti and also with tritiya vibhakti. So jalena, vina, kamalani na vikasanti. The lotuses do not blossom without water. So vina is used in Dutiya, Tritiya, or is also used in the Tritiya vibhakti. And then, So now the use of chaturthi vibhakti. Use with the verbs meaning to give, to send, to promise, to show, to be angry with, to desire, to long for. So Tritiya vibhakti, usually to give or to be angry, you see more use of chaturthi vibhakti. So guruhu halani balaya yachati. Yachati means to give. So the teacher gives fruits to a boy. So since it is yachati, you will use the chaturthi vibhakti. Angry, kopyati means, the verb is kop, meaning to get angry. So janakaha putraya kopyati. The father is angry with the son. So with the verb like to give, to be angry, chaturthi vibhakti is used. To express the purpose of the action, like he goes for war with a purpose to fight. So saha yuddhaya gachati. So again, chaturthi vibhakti is used. To indicate the person or thing for whose advantage the action is done. So janakaha kupam putraya khanati. Khanati means to dig. So the father digs a well for the son. So putraya is in chaturthi vibhakti. It is used with indeclinables namaha. We have seen this example before. And swasti, hail to. So Om Ganeshaya Namaha or Om Krishnaya Namaha. So whenever Namaha is used, always chaturthi vibhakti is used. Or Nripaya Swasti, hail to the king. So Nripaya is in chaturthi vibhakti. Use of Panchami vibhakti to indicate the place from which the action begins or originates. So Ramaha Vanat Agachati. So Rama comes from the forest. So Vana is in Panchami vibhakti. And here I want to point out a consonant sandhi. Ta is followed by a vowel. So this ta becomes a da. And the and a becomes da. And so this will be, there should be a space here. There should be a space here. You cannot combine this. So Ramo, there will be a space here. Vanada gachati. With words meaning to desist from, to protect, to fear. So Ishvaraha Naran Dukhat Rakshati. God protects men from misery. So if you have these verbs, then Panchami vibhakti is used. Again here, ta is followed by a soft consonant. So this ta becomes a da. And a da and a ra is written like dra. To express the cause or motive of an action. So out of anger, he strikes the boy. So like if you have this situation, then also Panchami vibhakti is used. Saha krodat balam tudati. So out of anger. So krodha is in Saptami vibhakti. Again, ta is followed by a soft consonant. So this ta becomes a da, and the and a ba is, this is a conjunct. So it's sometimes, it's written like that. It is used with indeclinables like prak, which means before, purvam, earlier, anantaram, after, prabhati, since, bahi, outside, rite, except. And vina. So vina is used with three vibhaktis, Dutiya, Tritiya, and Panchami. So for example, snanat prak balo mitraihi sah grihat bahi kridati. So before a bath, so here snanat will be in Panchami Vibhakti because of the Avaya pra. So before a bath, a boy plays with friends outside the house. And again here, Bahi. So there are these, with these two Avyas, Prak and Bahi, Panchami Vibhakti is used. Again, this Ta will become a B. And here, this Ka, this consonant is followed by a soft consonant B. So remember the consonant Sandhi, Jhalam, Jasho, Ante, like it is replaced by the third letter of the Varga. So this Ka will be replaced by a G. Like we only did the Ta and this ending, but Ka will be replaced by a G because G is the third letter of the Ka Varga. And Ta will be replaced by a the also here. So use of Shashti Vibhakti. So there is no relation with the action of the word. So it indicates a relation between the nouns. So like Dashrathasya Putram Vanam Gachati. So the relation of the Putra and the Dashrath. So this is not related to the word. So son of Dashratha goes to the forest. Okay, in Sanskrit, there is no word which means to have in Sanskrit, right? There is no word which means dhatu, which means to have. So for example, if you want to say the enemies have chariots, so the way to translate this into Sanskrit is to put it in this form. Of the enemies, there are chariots. So of the enemies becomes in Shashti Vibhakti. So Arinam, Ari is the means enemy, and this is the Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Of the enemies, Rathaha Bhavanti, there are chariots. So whenever we have a sentence to have, you convert it into a Shashti Vibhakti, like of the enemies, there are chariots. This is important because you will see this usage quite often. Okay. It is used with indeclinables like upari, above, adhyaha, below, puritaha, in front of, paschat, behind, parataha, beyond, agre or samaksham, in the presence of. So meghanam upari ravihi chalati. So meghanam, megha is a feminine a ending. So this is Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Sitanam. So the sun moves above the clouds. So here, right, Megha Namupari becomes mu, and this is Visarga followed by a cha, so it becomes a sha. So Megha Namupari Ravisha Chalati. Grahasya Puritaha Vrikshaha Santi. So there are trees in front of the house. So Graha Purita, with Purita you use Shashti Vibhakti, and so Grahasya in front of the house will be in Shashti Vibhakti. So here, this one, right, like this will be O, and this remains because it is followed by a Sa. And the last one is the Saptami Vibhakti, to indicate the place where the action takes place. Udyane Kridami, I play in the garden. To indicate the time when the action takes place. Vidyalayam Grishme Gachati. She goes to the school, he or she goes to the school in summer. It's also used verb indicating movement such as fall, place, throw, and so on. So like vrakshau, bhumau, patati. The tree falls on the ground. To translate expressions like concerning, in the matter of, etc. So Ramaha Vinaye Prathamaha Tishtati. In the matter of modesty, Rama stands first. So when you have expressions like concerning, in the matter of, Shashti, Saptami Vibhakti is used. So Vinaye is in Saptami Vibhakti. And here is the Sandhi, Visarga followed by Ta. So Visarga will be changed into a Sa, Sakara Desha. To indicate the object of, object of emotions. So Dashrato Rame Snihyati. Dashrata feels affection for Rama or towards Rama. So Rama will be in Saptami Vibhakti. Yeah, I understand, like it's too, like that, too much to remember, but this, slowly again with everything else, you will get, as more you use it, the more, you will get familiar with. So now I'm going to go through the Ekavachanam, A ending, E, U, and long E ending Pratipadikam. So you are familiar with at least the Ekavachanam declension. So Sita. So I'm going to give examples using the Prathama Vibhakti. So Sita, Sitam, Sitaya, Sitayai, Sitayaha, Sitayaha, Sitayam, He Site. So at least for beginner, like for, you should be familiar with these Ekavachanam declensions. So Sita, Sita atra gachati. So Sita atra agachati. Like if you do the Sandhi Vicheda, this will be Sita atra agachati. Sita comes here. So Ekavachanam. Rama Sitam gachati. So Rama Sitam gachati. This is the optional Sandhi. Rama goes to Sita. So Sita is in, case 2 Ekavachanam. Rama Sitaya sah vanam gachati. Rama goes to forest with Sita. So, Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Adhyapika balikayai pustakam dadati. So remember, to give, you use chaturthi vibhakti. So balika also will decline like Sita. So the teacher gives a book to the girl. Janko balayai kupyati. So bala and balika both means girls. So kup, remember kupyati, to give, to be angry, you use tritiya vibhakti. So the father is angry with the girl. Balayai, balikayai. These are the tritiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Sabhayaha nripaha prasadam gachati. The pratipadikam is sabha. Again an a ending pratipadikam. So this is chaturthi vibhakti. So this is sitayaha, sabhayaha. So the king goes to the palace. Prasadam is in Dutiya Vibhakti, from the assembly. So here, I didn't do the Sandhi, but here this Visarga will be dropped because it is followed by a soft consonant, and before that it is a long A. So the Visarga will be dropped. Now we'll do the Panchami Vibhakti. So Bharya. Bharya also means wife, right? So Bharya is also A ending feminine. So Mam Bharyayaha Bhagni Adya agachati. My wife's sister is coming today. Like this is the sixth case. Bhagini is sister. So here again, the visarga will be dropped. And here is a dirgha sandhi, and here it is a yarna sandhi. So mam bharya ya, like here the visarga is dropped. Na, this is a yarn sandhi, and adya and agachati is a dirgha sandhi. Now saptami vibhakti, sitayam, lata. Lata is a creeper which will also decline like sita. Latayam tani kusumani vikasanti. So those flowers, remember tani is the pronoun. So it is an adjective to the flowers, to kusumani. This is in bahuvachanam. So this is also in bahuvachanam. So those flowers blossom on the creeper. Latayam, on the creeper. So one more time. Sita, sitam, sitaya, sitayai, sitayaha, sitayaha, sitayam, he site. So at least these ekavachanam declensions you should be familiar with. You should know how to use them and what the forms are. Now we will do E ending masculine. So munihi, munim, munina, munaye, munehe, munehe, munau, he mune. So like the more you remember, like munaya, like bahuvachanam is also used. Like so these like these also you should be familiar with. Munihi, muni, munayaha, munim, muni, muni. Okay, so let's do the ekavachanam. Munihi vanat agachati. So the sage comes from the forest. So the sage is the subject, munihi. And again, this ta followed by a vowel will become a the. Balo munim gachati. Dvivachanam, dutiya vibhakti ekavachanam. The boy goes to the sage. Balo munina sah gachati. The boy goes with the sage. Kavi. Kavi means poet, is also an E ending masculine. So it will decline like muni. Aham kavye phalani dadami. I give fruits to the poet. Giri. Giri is mountain, which will also decline like muni. So girehe gramam gachami. I go from the mountain to the house. This is Panchami Vibhakti. Munehe girehe. Now here there is a visarga, and this is a refa adeshaha. Visarga is preceded by a, other than a or a. So this visarga will become a refa. So you have girer gramam. So this visarga becomes a ra, which is here. So, girer gramam gachami. Now, this Shashti Vibhakti, munehe samaksham janaha tishtanti. Samaksham is the avaya where the Shashti Vibhakti is used. So the people sit in front of the sage. So this will be in Shashti Vibhakti. So here here the sandhi, this is wrong. This should be, the visarga is followed by a ta, so this visarga should be a sa. So janas tishtanti. This is an error here, a typo error. Remember, if the visarga is followed by a ta or a tha, then the visarga becomes a sa. So it will be janas tishtanti. Typo error here. Bhumau tani kusmani tasmad vrikshat patanti. ta and which became a da. So those flowers, tani kusmani, those flowers are falling on the ground from that tree. So on the ground, bhumau, munau, from that tree. So tasmat vrikshat, from that tree. Tani kusmani. So these are all your pronouns. Tani, tasmat. So those flowers, that tree. And since this is the subject is plural, so you have patanti. So now, oh sorry, let's do the, you can say it out loud also. Munihi, munim, munina, munaye, munehe, munehe, munau, he, mune. So these are the ekavachanam declension of e ending pratipadikam. Now we'll do the u ending masculine pratipadikam guru. So guruhu, gurum, guruna, gurave, guroho, guroho, gurau, he, guru. So tava bandhuhu agachati. Bandhu means friend. Tav is your pronoun. Your friend is coming. So tava bandhuhu agachati. So now here again, the visarga is preceded by u, which is not a or a. So it will be refa adesha. So visarga will become a ra, and ra and a will become join and become ra. So tava bandura gachati. So wherever you have and this thing like this, you should know that if the visarga, like where the refa adesha happens. So here the visarga is preceded by a vowel other than a or a, and followed by a vowel or a soft consonant, then the visarga becomes a refa. So tava bandura gachati, your friend is coming. Balaha gurum anusarat. Saranti, because the subject is plural, so the verb is plural. Gurum. So here the visarga will be dropped because it is followed by a soft consonant ga, and ma and a becomes, ma and a becomes here. Gurum, right, this is correct. The boys follow the teacher. Again, there is a typo. Mata shishuna vina bhojanam na khadati. So this is Tritiya case. Vina. In Tritiya vibhakti, if the avya is vina, then always Tritiya vibhakti is used. So shishu means baby, and it is again an u ending masculine. So it will also decline like guru. So mata shishuna vina bhojanam na khadati. The mother does not eat food without the baby. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So Gurave, Namaha used. So fourth case. To that guru. So remember, like Tasmai is also chaturthi vibhakti ekavachanam, and Gurave is also chaturthi vibhakti ekavachanam. So as we discussed before, the pronoun when they are used as adjectives should agree with the noun they are qualifying. So tasmai, to that teacher, my salutations. Now guroho, taru. Taru means tree, and which will also decline like guru. Taroho phalani bhumau patanti. The fruits fall from the tree on the ground. This is bhumi. So this was the e ending. This was in saptami vibhakti. So taroho, from the tree. So the fruits fall from the tree on the ground. Mama bandoho nama Shalini. Bandho is friend. So this is your Shashti Vibhakti. My friend's name is Shalini. Again, here the Visarga is preceded by O, which is not an or an a. So this Visarga will become a Refa. So Bandor Nama. So this is the Sandhi here. Shishau is Snahyati. This is again Saptami Vibhakti. Like when you feel affection for, then Saptami Vibhakti is used. So he feels affection for or towards the baby. Gurau Shishau. Now, E ending feminine. Nadi. So Nadi is an E ending feminine. Let me just go here and let's read out loud. Guruhu, Gurum, Guruna, Gurave, Guroho, Guroho, Gurau, He Guru. And also you should, like the Prathama and Dutiya Vibhakti, you should also know. Guruhu, Guru, Guruvaha, Gurum, Guru, Gurun. So these cases you should know. So now Nadi is an feminine E ending. So Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha, Nadim, Nadyau, Nadihi, Nadya, Nadyai, Nadyaha, Nadyaha, Nadyam, Nadi. So these are the declensions of Nadi. So Mama Janani, Mama Patni, Chaparnam, Gachatah. Janani is mother and Patni is wife. So my mother and Cha. This is a Sandhi here. Cha Aparnam. Aparnam is store. So my mother and my wife, Patni, sorry, sister. This should be wife. Patni, sister, not sister. I didn't say Bhagani. It is, yeah. So my mother and my wife go to the store. So here the subject is dual, Janani and Patni. So Gachatah. Swasya Jananim Sarvada Satkaroti. Swasya means his, like this is an Abhaya. So this is his mother. So he is very good to his mother. Jananim, Nadim, Sarvada Satkarot. Mother, he always respects his mother. And the Visarga is dropped because if Sah and Esha, if the Visarga is followed by any letter than A, then Visarga is dropped. So Sa Swasya Jananim Sarvada Satkaroti. So here it's like Nadim, Jananim. So this is the Dutiya Vibhakti Ekavachana. Nadya, this is the Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachana. Bhagani, this is sister. So here Bhagani also will decline like Nadi. Aham Bhaganya. So Nadya, like the and ya. So Bhaganya. Sah Udyane Kridami. Sah Udyane, you have a Guna Sandhi, and U. So that's why it becomes Sahodyane Kridami. I play with my sister in the garden. Bhagini is the nominal stem. Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Lakshmi. So here will be Namaha. So this is the fourth case. Nadyai. So Lakshmayai, right? Namaha. Nagaryaha Agachati. So here Nagari will decline like Nadi. So Nadyaha Nagaryaha Agachati. He comes from the town. Right? So here the Visarga will be dropped because it is followed by a vowel other than A. So Visarga is dropped. Simhi is the nominal stem, means lioness. Simha is the masculine and Simhi is the female lion. So it is the Shashti Vibhakti. So Nadyaha, Simhayaha, right? Shishuvaha, Vane, Kridanti. Shishu, remember here, if you go back, Shishu, Guruvaha. So Shishuvaha, babies. So Shishu will decline like Guru, Vane, Kridanti. So the cubs of the lioness are playing in the garden. So this is Shishuvo, nothing happens here. Vayam Nagaryam Vasamaha. Nagaryam here. Nadyam, Nagari. So Nagaryam Vasamaha. Vasamaha, because Vayam, we. So you will have Vasamaha. We live in the town. So this, the last thing in the vibhakti which I want to cover is the change of na to ra. Ra. So like you have seen Balen, but then you see Ramen, Pushpani, Patrani. So why is na, when does na changes to ra? It's there are just two rules here. So when in the same word, na is preceded by r, 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 or sh, and followed by a vowel or a na, ma, ya, or va, it is changed to ra. The rule applies even when the na is separated from the preceding r, 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 or sh by several letters, providing those intervening letters be vowels, gutturals, labials, or here, ya, va, ha, and a anuswara. The examples will make it clear. So for example, Ramena, like it should be Ramena. Why does it become Ramena? So if you break Ramena, you have Ra, A, Ma, A, Na, and A. So in the same word, you have a Na, and it is preceded by a Ra. Like here, there's a Ra here, like it has to be these four letters, right? So here it is Ra. But the intervening letters are either a vowel, like it is not, it need not, Ra need not be here. It could be separated by, many letters, but they should be a vowel, like they should be, these intervening letters be vowels, gutturals, labials, ya, va, ha, or anuswara. So a is a vowel, and then you have ma, which is a labial, pa, pa, ba, bha, ma, and a is again a vowel, right? And then it is followed by a vowel, like it is followed by a vowel. So that's why this na becomes a ra, Ramena. Now look at this word patrani. Now patrani, if you do the, if you break it into letters, you have a pa, a, ta, ra, a, na, and e. So here is a na and here is a ra. So now like only a is in between na and a ra, which is a vowel, and it is also followed by a vowel. So that's why it became patrani. Pushpani becomes pushpani. So here you have, instead of a ra, you have a sh. Like you have one of these letters, sh and a na. And again, you have a pa, which is a labial, and a, which is a vowel, and it is followed by a vowel. So that's why pushpani becomes pushpani. Now let us look at the word Raman, right? So Raman, there is a na and a ra, but there is no letter following it. So it has to be followed by a vowel, na, ma, ya, va, then only it is changed to ana. So Raman stays as it is. Here the na doesn't become a ra. So it will only becomes na will become a na, first of all, when it is followed by a vowel or any of these letters, and it is separated, in between letters should be either vowels, gutturals, labials, ya, va, ha, or an anuswara. Now let us look at Arjunena, right? So a, ra, ja, u, na, e, na, a. So here is ra, right? And here is your na. So let us look at the intervening letters. So you have a, then you have a ja here, right? Which is a, this thing. The second, it is not a guttural labial, it is a palatal, right? Ja, cha, ja, ja, ya. So that's why Arjunena does not become Arjunena, because the intervening letter ja is neither a vowel, a guttural, or a labial, or ya, va, ha, and a anuswara. So in order to see when this is happening, look at the na and the letters between ra, between ra and a na, or a sha and a na, and see if it is any of these, whether it is a vowel, guttural, labial, or these ya, va, ha, and anuswara. And if it is not followed by any letter, then it remains as it is. Okay. So the other topic which remains in the Nama Padam is the adjectives, which are called Visheshana. And then we will finish the name forms. So as we have been doing examples, so you are familiar with the adjectives. So adjective agrees with the noun. It qualifies in gender, number, and case. Adjectives do not have to appear right next to the noun they describe. For example, in this example, Sundaram Naraha Ashwam Gachati. Now, the adjective is Sundara, right? Now, it's not qualifying Naraha, because Naraha is masculine, and this is it is in neuter decline, right? Sundaram. If it was qualifying Naraha, it should be Sundaraha, right? So that means it is saying something about the horse. So Sundaram Ashwam. Naraha Sundaram Ashwam Gachati. The man goes to a beautiful horse. So it need not be near Ashwam. It could be anywhere, but just looking at the sentence and the vibhakti and the vashanam, you would know which noun it is qualifying. So here Sundara is qualifying the horse, not the man. If it was qualifying the man, it would be Sundaraha. And this Sundara could be here. It could be Naraha Ashwam Gachati Sundaraha. But that means a beautiful man or a handsome man goes to a horse. More than one adjective can be used to describe a word. For example, this one. Krishnam sah balaha ashwam pashyati sundaram. So the adjectives are Krishnam and Ashwam. Krishnam also means black. So here, both these adjectives, Krishnam and Sundaram, are again qualifying the horse. So Krishnam Sundaram Ashwam, a beautiful black horse. The Sahabala, that boy sees a again, one is not here, it's correct. That boy sees a beautiful black horse. So you have two adjectives, Krishnam and Sundaram, qualifying Ashwam. Or Sundaraha, Shwetaha, Kapotaha, Neelam, khagam gacchati. So here you have three adjectives, Sundara, Neela, and Shweta, right? So Sundara and Shweta are qualifying Kapotaha, which is the pigeon, right? Because they are also, since Kapota is a masculine ekavachanam, then Shweta means white and Sundara. So a beautiful white pigeon. Khaga is a bird. It goes to a blue bird. So a beautiful white pigeon goes to the blue bird. So you have to see what the vibhakti, like, since kapota and khagam are your nouns, so neelam, it should be also in dutiya, it should decline like the khagam, right? So few examples of adjectives like a ending, you have shweta, white, priya, dear, kushala, skillful, udara, generous, like these, will decline in masculine like bala, in neuter like vana, and in feminine like lata. So for example, let's say you have a masculine noun, right? Ashwaha, and you want to say a white. So you could see that it will decline like ashwa, like bala. So you will, like Shweta Ashwa, white horse. This one here. Shwetam Ashwan, to the white horse. Shweten Ashwen, by a white horse. Shwetai Ashwai, for a white horse. Shwetat Ashwat, from a white horse. Shwetasya Ashwas, of a white horse. So this Shweta, when you are qualifying a masculine noun, it will decline like, because Shweta is an ending adjective, it will decline like Bala Shabda or a Rama Shabda. Neuter. Now you want to say flower, right? White flower. So it will be like Vanam. Shwetam Kusumam. Shwetam Shwetena Kusumen. So it will be like Shwetam Shwete Shwetani. White flowers, to the white flowers, and so on, right? So it will decline like the vana or the kusum also. It is an ending neuter. Now, if you have a feminine, like let's say you want to say a white branch, then it will decline like lata, shweta lata, white branch, or by the white branch, shwetaya lataya. So you see the declensions are the same as lata, shwetaya lataya, so it will be declined the same way as the noun it is declined. So you have like adjectives ending in E, like var, and then you have adjectives, so you could have adjectives ending in any of the vowels. You could also have adjectives ending in consonants. For example, mahat, big. So this is a consonant ending adjective. So in ekavachanam, it will be mahan santosha, great satisfaction, or mahat papam. Mahat in neuter gender, ekavachanam is mahat, right? It is not, it doesn't decline like vana. So mahat papam, big wrongdoing. In feminine, it will be like Nadi, mahati vrishtihi, heavy rain. So this completes the name forms. And the last thing which I want to cover is the indeclinables. There are many indeclinables. So what I've decided is that in each class, I'm going to cover few of them. So we cover the most commonly used indeclinables. They are called avyayam. So avyayam does not change with gender, case, or number. So as I said, I'm going to cover few in each class. So we have seen the use of cha, which means and, as Ramah Sita cha vanam gachatah. So it is used like the usage we have been using is after the two things you use ch. It is also used as after each word. You can also use ch as Rama cha Sita cha vanam gachatah. So after each word, you can also use ch. So there are these two uses of the avayam ch. So Rama cha Sita cha vanam gachatah. Again, you will be the sandhi here, the visarga will become a shakara here, right? Then another avayam is va. Va means or is it? You could use it as a question mark also. Adya eva va, is it today? Adya means today. Eva va, is it today? Tatra asti va, is it there? So like these are the use of the avayam va. Then the avayam tu. Tu means but and other things. Indeed, it is, like for example in Gita chapter 2 verse 12, nattu eva natvam eva. So there it is nattu eva, not true at all. Or adhuna tu ativa shitalah, it is very cold now. Indeed, it is very cold now. So it is used not just but and, it is used as indeed, surely, and also, those are also meaning of tu. Then another, these avayams, tu and he and eva, these three you will see a lot of them in Gita verses. So you should be familiar with these three avayams. So again in chapter 3, verse 12, Ishtan Bhogan he, all the desired pleasures, he means certainly, for sure, because is also sometimes used. So then ka samayah iti janasi va. So iti is also used as quotation mark. Here it will mean, do you know what time it is now? So iti is used as thus so. So kah, this is your pronoun. Kah samayah iti janasi va. So va again is it is. Do you know what time it is now? Then eva, you have seen this use here. Aham tushtah eva. I'm indeed happy. Eva is like really, only. Na eva, not at all. Vayu eva na asti. The wind is still. So these are the few of the avyas, and I will try to cover as many. So in each class, I'm going to just cover, a few of these avyas. So this is the class. Let's see if there are any questions. So this completes the name forms, and in the next class I'll talk about verbs. So any questions?
So one question I had, Kumuji, is that which case did you said is used with movement?
Oh, the patati, the seventh case. That's what you're talking about, right?
You said movement, right? Something about movement.
Yeah, the seventh case. Yeah.
Can you show the example?
Yeah, it says here, to translate here, the afterwards indicating movement. Patati, like this is, that's what I'm saying, like the same vibhakti could be used in the same, like fall, patati, like you could say.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I know that with verb indicating movement like go, we use second case.
Go is always second case. No, go sometimes also this thing. Fourth case is also used. Like I go for the purpose of the war. Something, like there. So it's not very clear, like many cases it's very clear, but in many cases it's also very ambiguous. You could use either of the vibhaktis to. That's why I said it needs, you know, a 3-month course to really go thoroughly, you know, through all
Okay.
these. The
But this
usage.
is helpful because what you're saying is with verbs indicating movement like fall, place, throw, you use the seventh case.
Somehow your voice is not very, I couldn't make out.
Okay, sorry, I'll try to speak up. I guess what you're saying is that for verbs indicating movement like fall, place, throw, there you use Saptami Vibhakti, but for Gachati, you would use a second case.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is like for Vina, you know, like it is used with Dutiya, Tritiya, and Panchami. So it all depends. It's not, in many cases, it's not very clear. Like you could use, in certain cases, it's very clear, you know, like this is the way, but in many uses, it's not that clear.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, homework, any, you know, any comments, suggestions? Okay.
Thank you, Kumuji.
All right then. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Kumuji.
Thanks. Yeah, how are you?
Happiest time ever.
Huh?
My mind just like,
Your mind is.
oh boy. This
There is a
night,
lot of material. There is a lot of material, but it's all like, you know, it's all going to slowly sink in. You don't expect that, you know.
You know, I think if I do like a sentence, you know, and I learn, it just takes times.
Yeah.
But you know, if I know the word meaning, would be easier. But sometimes I just do this real weird Sandy. I break it not in the right place.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kumuji.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
Good night.
you.
Bye.